The human soul is a well that goes infinitely deep. In the depths of that well, you will find bits and pieces that all tie into the now. Your existence is the accumulation of energy built up over an insurmountable amount of time. It is not about discovering things in the present and learning more about the world. You already know everything about the world. The world in itself was not something you came here to find. So many people are going to give their lives to trying to understand this world. You are not here on this world to understand it, to master it, or to teach everybody on this earth the correct thing. The truth is quite simple that even if you taught everybody the right thing, that group of people is not going to be there 200 years from then. All things are an experience for you to learn. You are here to learn because this is not the only universe that you are meant to operate on. Perhaps some of you have worked in positions before where the information that is disclosed to you now is relevant to the current situation, and what is to be disclosed to you later is only permanent once you have learned the precursor information or have accomplished the precursor tasks. Some information, some things as it comes prematurely, is not used well. There's a lot of fear in exploring our pasts. There's a lot of fear in going into the depths of our soul, exploring the shadows and exploring the feelings. But every ounce of fear, anger, distaste, but also love, happiness, joy, and laughter, everything ties into something from the depths. Now, your quest to the depths, it must go deep. Because though there's a portal of light that goes above, it comes from you solidifying the roots of where you are coming. You cannot know where you're going if you do not know where you're coming. If you do not understand the full energetic network that has brought you to where you are today, those things cannot unfold for you. The human being is the most powerful machine in the universe. And that machine has the ability to tap into ancient technology that has been here for as long as time itself. The gift that humanity has that others do not is the gift of the psyche. It is the gift of the depth of the understanding of the soul. There are intricacies of many levels. And you can devote your life to any of them. In order to bring perfection into the present, you must draw upon the infinite knowledge of the past. The precursor to modern religion was shamanism. Shamanism is the concept that you have community leaders who are connected. They're in touch, they're in tune, and they help to bring the spiritual wisdom for the people around them. Now, shamanism is vast, it's diverse. There's no one set form. In a very general way, shamanism is about using the mechanisms within yourself to be able to divulge information. The modern way of thinking is based off of code of laws mentality. A collective board of people have decided that something is good, something is bad, something is relevant to the cause, something is not. They try to dictate relevancy, permanence. These are people who are seeking senses of security. And these are people who fall into the biggest trap. The biggest trap of them all, security, keeps us from exploring the depths. Because each time you are triggered, it is something reverberating within the depths of the well of your soul. each and every day. Each and every day. More and more planes fly overhead. Think about the preciousness of the moment and the opportunities that you have within the time that you have. The answers are within the depths of your soul. The emphasis and the repetition is because there's a belief that there needs to be a accumulation between the now and the future to accomplish your dreams and your goals. You coming to full peace with not just your past in this life, but your past in other lives. Remove the idea that you even exist. The idea that you exist makes your avatar body this removed identity. This avatar body is a limitation of your identity. It is a limitation of who you are. It is not the timeless embodiment of you. The timeless embodiment of you does not live by accordance. It lives through the conducting of its soul towards its true will. To live in your true will is to be familiar with who you are. Most people have no idea who they are. If I say, "Who are you?" they'll say, "Oh, I'm so-and-so from somewhere in here." Who you are is not where you're from. Who you are is not what you're associated with. It is not your labels. Ultimately, who you are is only measured by the one true universal language, and that is resonation. And the depths you'll remember and you'll understand, embedded deep down in the eternity of the human soul, is the truth that you have been looking for. It is not in the outer world around you. This does not mean to remove yourself from the world, but it's to understand which one came first. The biggest misconception is that what you see is here and then there's energy around it. No, there is energy and then there are pixels you have associated around it. And those associations can become very easily broken down. But it needs to start with an unlearning process. If what I am telling you is true, most things that you have been taught in life cannot be true. And you need to begin to wrestle with these things and say, well, I thought hard work is what leads to success. No. Remembering is what leads to success, because that calls upon your divinity, your gifts, your God form to appear in physical form. The summoning of your God form can only commence as you have explored the inner sanctuaries of who you are. And that is done by living and breathing. Now, the question that comes is, well, what's the difference between doing this and doing the other thing you said, looking out of yourself to find things? You will find communion within, and there will be instructions or anticipations. There are going to be things that are shown as pathways in which you can take. You can take these paths or you can ignore them. But it's going to be made much more clearly to you, because the universe speaks in subtle ways. The common example is people start freaking out when they see the number 1111 and they're introduced to spirituality. Numerology is one of the biggest gateways for spirituality for a lot of people. And to see those numbers at first is like you become the inflatable arm man. You're just, oh my goodness, filled with the euphoria of like, oh wow, something's happening. And now the ability to normalize these perceived miracles is going to help you to begin to develop that levitating quality about yourself. That what you believe this universe is built up of is what we've all been taught. Or some of you, it's carbon, it's atoms, it's the materials, the things that bond and form. The things that move these, all things need All structures need a wind that moves their sails, something that powers and churns. There are many realities unfolding onto one. Have you ever taken translucent paper and put it on top of other translucent paper and you get a new color? Well, welcome to the 5D. Many layers folded onto one and into their own directions onto themselves. Most people do not know how to slow down their thoughts. They do not know how to slow down their brain. The reason why the information does not come for some of you, you feel that you've reached, you try to think, you try to understand. And it does not work. It's because you cannot silence your own thoughts. Your thoughts are the first beast that needs to be addressed in your spirituality path. That if you cannot beat your thoughts, how can you expect to bring your God form about in this world? You cannot become that special force if you are not able to address this root issue. That your thoughts are the only thing that is in your control. Let me repeat that. Your thoughts are the only thing that is in your control. Some people might say, well, the things that you eat, the choices that your thoughts are the first intentions that back all action. Your arms move because you thought they should now. Now, there's obviously the subconscious automatic, but that's aligned with the will of a higher deliverance. That it is first the thoughts that puts to work this avatar and sets it in motion, sets it towards its brilliance. You put the avatar to work as you give it new fuel. You have to feel things out for yourself. Neither me or anyone else is going to be able to hand you the key to unlock your doors. There are people who can help to paint the picture, and some do a better job than others. But ultimately, it all comes back to one truth, and that is your own. The garden comes as you remember, and you summon the eternal flow of you. There is a large hierarchy to things. I believe the all, the one, is largely indifferent to the ants walking around on Earth. I believe there are assigned hierarchies in place to rule over and to regulate things. And that what people often perceive to be the all is just one of the commanders under probably one of the generals who is probably under many other fleets. The hierarchies of spirituality are sometimes beyond your immediate comprehension. But there are presences, there are forces that do make themselves known, and they offer their collaboration. They give you this gift of memory. To obtain memory through meditation. Understanding memory comes not from just in your brain, but in the world around you. The muscle memory of the universe means that the things that you are sensing and feeling are the remnants of the things that have been there before. And obviously, the more recent energy, the plants that are here, but underneath them is the ghost of what was there before. Now this stacks up, like we said, as the translucent sheets earlier. The translucent sheets that stack up on reality, and reality is the new life that treads and leaves its trail everywhere it goes. There will be times in life you find places that are blessed with you, of you. For whatever reason, energetically you feel you belong there. The highest version of yourself is obtained when you have made peace with yourself and you have made peace with others. The illusion is that you're being told to not feel. You're being told to be above the resentments and the anger, frustrations, to not feel it out, to accept it. You have control over your thoughts. Feelings come and go, but you have control over your thoughts. Thoughts precede all things. If you desire security, you will find the security. If you desire the freedom, you will find the freedom. Have faith that the things that are walking with you at this time are here to collaborate with you. There's nothing in this life that is short of a sacred meaning and a spiritual message. If life is too short for all things not to be filled with divination, to learn to not have anger at the blockages, the interferences, the things that slow you down. Every single moment is just an attempt from many sides trying to angle you towards theirs. And as you see the ripples of persuasion that come from this multiverse of it all, you're then able to see why they are working with you, why they are affecting you, why they are constructing your perceptions, constructing your perceived understandings. And to break free from the typical discourse is to begin to build alliances with things that are going to help you get to where you truly want to be. To remember the God form of yourself is to build power in your life. Memory is what builds your aura and frequency. As you are in tune to who you really are and what it is you're meant to be doing, it's very easy to focus. It's very easy to keep track of what the goal is, where you're aiming, what you're heading towards. My divinity into yours. Apprenticeship and training and the magical craft can help guide you to achieving this direct transmission. It's not for me to hand you my keys, my blueprints, but it's to help you find your own by teaching you the metaphysics that are around you. Not to have an opinion on them, but just simply what to do with them. What will happen if A plus B equals so and so. The point of magic is to obtain results. All works in life should be fruitful if they are worthy of your endeavor. And there are many fruits to be grown on the other side. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, Avery@seldomdreams.com. My divinity into yours. And until next time, blessings and take care.